Hey everybody, Travis and Nikki here from wallsofyourcave.com, coming at you live from Detroit Rock City. Well, maybe just a little bit north of Detroit Rock City, but close enough here in Clarkston, Michigan. We're actually in Ann Arbor here and kicking it at the gorgeous Hampton Inn, very luxurious. Just kidding. Anyways, we had a blast at the show again tonight. It was a really special show for me tonight. It was the 20th anniversary of my first Phish concert, which is, obviously pretty special to see us band for 20 years. Wow, what a waste of time. Or not. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not no waste of time at all.
It's been 20 awesome years. Thank you guys so much to the band. It's been an incredible ride. Wish you had to play 20 years later for me tonight. Not happening. Oh well. Maybe next time.
I was calling it, but it didn't happen.
Anyways, because last night we weren't able to show you the merch because of the car video, I'm going to kick things off starting out with the merch. And we will start with the merch from Canandaigua. First, we have the poster. This is Jeff Soto's Alien print. This is the Abduction World Domination Special, as I'm calling it here. Really cool print.
It's really cool. When I first saw it online, I really didn't like it, like I said last night. But even looking at it closer, it's really cool. It's got like this alien ripping apart fish.
We were a little worried. I thought he might come down during the Down with Disease and like kind of stomp all over me, but somehow he made it.
It's definitely stinky though. It's one of the more stinky posters that we've ever had. I don't know why it's so smelly, but
stinky posters.
Must have been very new, not dried.
And we've got the Pollock coin here from Canandaigua. She's kind of riding on a fish and holding a little parasol over her head to make sure that everything's okay. And we have the magnet, of course. Again, very similar to the other magnets. Different date, different city. Same awesome mail order design.
Different seat. They're giving us different seats.
Different seats. Yeah, we had kind of a crappy seat tonight on the magnet on Detroit. Section 201 here, under the roof, I guess, not on the lawn, like Paige was singing Lawn Boy for all the folks out there on the lawn. But we had, I think the coins keep getting better. This was, again, my favorite coin of the tour. I found some rough Fuego vibes. I think this is Diego here riding around in his Fuego. He's raging it clearly. And he obviously stole the vehicle that he was driving around there. And last but not least, we have the poster.
Poster for tonight.
This is tonight's poster. You can see Trey, Mike, and Paige there have light bulbs instead of heads, and they've got Mr. Fishman tied up in this little cart here, and they're dragging him off to wherever he's about to go. You see the 555. This is an edition of the 555 posters. Thought that was kind of cool. Heard a rumor that the band got number 555. I was sort of hoping I'd get it.
Yeah, I didn't hold out for any chance of actually getting 555, but it would have been cool.
Would have been cool, but they probably gave it to Mike. I would have given it to Mike because he, was the man behind that badass fucking song. Although I thought it was funny they played 555 in Canandaigua, so they couldn't play it tonight for the 555.
Yeah, which is kind of strange. I would think that they would have saved it because they know what is coming with the posters.
Or just played it again like they did with Fuego.
They could do that.
Obviously, no rules when it comes to repeating Wingsuit songs, which is fine with us.
Yep, I know Fuego again tonight, but I actually really liked it. But that was
I did not like it.
Yeah, but that was in the second set. We should probably talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about the first set. Opened up with Wolfman's Brother, ripping version. Fantastic way to start the show, bringing the funk right away. It was long, drawn out, funky, jammy out. Exactly what you want. You can't ask for a better show opener. Really set the tone for the whole night for me, and sent a big message. I think they came out ready to bring it, which they proceeded to do. First Wilson of the tour, that was pretty exciting. Got the crowd into it. Got people excited. Got me excited. Great version, a lot of fun to hear.
Stealing Time I really liked
Stealing Time brought a lot of the heavy metal headbang in my... There you go. Yep, Stealing Time. Always love to hear that one. And I really dug the Rift line It's Ice 46 Days end the set. What a great way to end the set.
It really was. I liked it. Seemed like it flowed really well, and it had a lot of energy to it. And I think each of the songs complemented each other really well.
Very nicely.
So it was just kind of like a great chunk of the entire set.
I think that Rift is a great barometer of how tight the band is on any given night. Like, you know, if they play Rift and it's a little sloppy, maybe the show's going to be a little sloppy. And if they play Rift and they nail it, you can kind of tell they're feeling it. And they nailed Rift tonight, and it was a good indication that they were feeling it. And also, I mean, really, for me, even though Wolfman's was probably the improvisational highlight, the longest drawn-out jam of the set, It's Ice had some dirty, evil stuff going on in the middle that was awesome, and it was probably my favorite. My favorite 2 minutes was the best 2 minutes of It's Ice. It was really cool to hear. For all you It's Ice fans out there, I know my little brother is a huge fan of the song It's Ice. Guthrie, check this one out. It was sick. You will love it. And of course, 46 Days, great way to close it. Rock. Plenty of good shit to sink your teeth into. Another version worth checking out for sure. Maybe not as long as they've played it in the past, but a great high energy rock version.
And so then we had the second set. Started out with Mike's song, which is like getting right into it.
Yeah,
really.
I mean, it was only the second Mike song of the tour, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So that's been due for a few shows now, and they've no surprise they opened up tonight. And again, more. I got this side of my neck really during that one.
And then I liked the Ghost.
Yeah,
I definitely liked
Mike's
the
into Ghost. I mean,
that's been really awesome. Actually, I really...
Yeah, another big Mike sandwich set. Yeah, second one of the tour with a whole bunch of shit going on during Mike's.
And then we had Caspian.
Well, let's talk about the Ghost a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean,
sorry.
Ghost was probably the highlight of the show. I mean, hard to say. It was hard to pick a highlight because there were so many different things that were great. But for me, Ghost probably takes the cake. Different from the Randall's Island version a little bit. Had that triumphant type jam that we got at Randall's, but mixed in with a little bit more funk for me, and sort of making it a little bit darker and evil. There was less major chord bliss and more, dirty funk chords going on. So we had Caspian. Caspian was always nice to hear, again, only the second one of the tour. And then right into Numberline, which was really hot tonight. Really dug the Numberline.
Yeah.
A lot of notes going on, a lot of...
it was interesting to me.
Yeah, drawn out a little bit more than usual, and just seemed like it was played with a little bit more oomph, a little bit more... I don't know, I guess finesse is one way to put it. Hard to put my finger on exactly what was different about it than some of the other number lines we've seen this tour, but it's my favorite one so far this tour, and really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, and then my favorite part of the set, I'm skipping a little bit, but I probably shouldn't be skipping for no reason. Actually, I'm not going to skip, but... So after then we had the Weekapog, which was Weekapog, and I thought it was really good.
I dug the Weekapog a lot.
Really
very,
good.
very funky. Trey was playing a lot of the scratch chords over it, and taking it dirty, making it funky, and then and they were still drawing out the end of Weekapog, and it was getting a little bit noodly, and I was kind of wondering myself. I was like, where is this going here, guys? And it was noodly, and Fishman was like, here's where it's going, guys. It goes, and just launched into Cavern. Whole band. I don't think any of the other three guys were ready. Fishman was like, we're playing Cavern right now. Here we go. Let's do it. And brought it. I loved the way it started. Weird placement in the set overall, but it just worked for me. One of my buddies was saying he thought they were going to go back into Weekapog after Cavern because Fishman had taken it so abruptly. Obviously, they did not. But Cavern was well placed and great to hear, and then went right into Piper, which was another song that was due up, and I'm guessing this was going to be your highlight.
Yeah, I love Piper. I was really, really excited for the Piper. Everything about the Piper actually it was played well. It had good energy. It was placed really well in the set. Everything about it was great.
It really was.
I really liked it.
Yeah, Fishman was owning this one. Fishman owned this whole set for me. He came out ready to play tonight. Fishman was my MVP tonight. He killed it.
Definitely killed it. He definitely killed it. And I also really loved the Waiting All Night tonight. I really liked it tonight. I don't know what about it was so different, because I don't really think it was that much different. I don't know if it was the placement or what was going on, but it was just really beautiful.
I was sucking wind by the end of, the whole week of our Cavern Piper thing. I was like, polar vortex or not, it was hot in there. I needed a break, and Waiting All Night was like, yeah, down from heaven, perfectly placed, incredibly well played. Way better. I feel like that one they played on Jimmy Fallon's Late Night Crap was terrible, and I feel like. Sorry, guys.
I think there was a lot of different factors that went into that, but I definitely think it was different last night than it was on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, I even feel like the last one they played at a real show was maybe a little bit sloppy and not as beautiful as like the Halloween version or. The MSG version they played in 2013. But this one was incredibly
It was
perfect.
fantastic. It was
Patient, textures.
Patient is a good word for that.
Yeah. All right. So after Waiting All Night, I thought they were ready to close the set out. It was feeling late. They played a lot of songs. I'm not one of those guys sitting there checking my clock the whole time, but. I felt like I was pretty satisfied with the evening. I was ready for a set closer, and actually, strangely enough, the very first lick of Tweezer, I almost thought Trey was playing Julius, and I was like, oh, Julius, that'd be a nice set closer, but it was not Julius, it was Tweezer, which I think maybe my ears just couldn't handle that they were going for Tweezer at that point in the night.
Yeah, no, the Tweezer was really good. I felt like towards the end of the set like that, I didn't expect it then. If they were going to play it, I was going to expect it earlier. And so at that point, I kind of had given up even thinking that they were going to play it. And so when it started, it was like,
one show.
I know, it was kind of like, wow, okay.
But they went for it.
It was great.
Brought it. It was a little short. It was much shorter than the Random Violent version, but did not, quality over quantity. Short and really got deep in a hurry. Was terrific. Very, very dark, very funky, very heavy, very a lot of texture. No real bliss peak like we had at Randall's Island. Just more of the smut, dirty funk tweezer. Mike and Fishman really owned this one. Trey and Page was kind of laying back, letting it all happen, and the rhythm section was laying it down. Dirty. I thought. And then once they started taking it, I thought I was going to go a little farther, but Trey kind of ripcorded it and went for Fuego, which again, back-to-back Fuegos, no complaints.
No, I'm totally okay with it, 100% okay with it, but it was kind of like a little bit of shock, kind of, oh, didn't they just play this yesterday?
They just played it yesterday,
but
and it's still
I
good.
actually really liked this version better than yesterday, as much as I liked... as much as I love this song, it's interesting because it's different every time, obviously. But today, I think it really got there. I think it really had a lot of very interesting parts to it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It was actually, for me, it was kind of similar to the Canandaigua version in that it was well played, rocked hard, and it didn't have it wasn't a launching pad for a jam the way the SPAC version and the Man versions were. It was more similar to the Randall's Island version and the Canandaigua version, and even, I guess, the Greywood's version, where it was, they played the song, played it well, had the little, the spacey jam in the middle, and then a little bit of rock jam at the end, but not a lot to, freak out about, but great to hear, well placed, and always exciting. We love Fuego. We keep it rolling. I guess maybe they had to play it for the coin, because, the coin is all about Fuego.
And then they went into the reprise,
Right back into the reprise.
which I thought usually it's an encore song,
Yeah.
so
Well,
I
this
never
is the
imagined.
it's the second time this tour. It's been the
Yeah.
second set closer, and I dig it. You know, it reminds me of those '90s sets that would open with Tweezer and end with Tweezer reprise, and like not bother waiting around for the encore. Like, hey, let's do it. Let's go.
And that whole big sandwich right there was actually so incredible. Like the tweezer and the fuego, and then the reprise was just really awesome way to finish that out. And I thought it was a stellar show.
We got like a Mike's
So-
we got like a Mike's sandwich and then a Tweezer sandwich in the same set.
So how can you really complain about that?
There's
Really all you
complain
want.
about. This was an incredible show. What they encore with? Oh yeah, 2001.
I thought it was short.
It was short, but it reminded me a lot of the version. You're gonna laugh. From 1694, which was my first Phish show. You know, in addition to being maybe almost as significant as the 20th anniversary of my first Phish show, it was the 20th anniversary of whatever that comet was called that crashed into Jupiter. Not Halley's Comet. It was not Halley's Comet.
No,
that
that
crashed into
didn't do
Jupiter.
that.
It was some other comet that crashed into Jupiter on July 16th, 1994. And it was happening right then when Trey was telling the story about the Harpua, and they played 2001 in the middle of Harpua, as Trey was explaining that Poster Nutbag and Harpua started a fight, and then they both couldn't handle it because they looked up and saw the comet crashing into Jupiter. So I feel like 2001 Encore was a little nod to the 20th anniversary of the comet that crashed into Jupiter. So yeah, whatever. Go to Wikipedia and find out the name of the comet. I didn't bother looking it up. Whatever.
And then the very last thing that we had was possum. I'll let you talk about that.
All right, so send everybody out on a high note. Obviously, the crowd dug it. Everybody gets excited about possum. Trey had a couple of nice little teases in there. I should probably go back and re-listen and try to figure out exactly which songs he was teasing. I know a lot of times when you're right in the moment, you get excited, you hear a song, you're like, oh yeah, I know that. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I know it's playing something. Anyways, cool version, a little bit different than your standard possum. Nice to hear, crowd excited, good way to end the show. Send us all out into the city of Detroit, where we are, or Clarkston. Send everybody out there. Anyways, overall, fantastic show tonight. Really nice step back up from Canandaigua. I feel like Canandaigua was just maybe a bitty little step backwards, let down from the explosions of Randall's Island and Mann's Back and all that. Anyway, it was.
They really got it back.
But yeah, we're right back on the same page, and we're headed to Chicago on a high note. Speaking of which, as we're heading, we've got a day off tomorrow, so we're going to relax a little bit, maybe catch up on some sleep that we missed out on last night where we were driving all night long. And so we're going to head for Chicago, hang out. We got 3 nights. We're going to post up. We're going to Northerly Island again. Huge venue. Relatively new for us. As we all know, last year we had some issues with the weather. We are hoping for no rain.
Hoping no rain.
They're probably going to encore with No Rain by Blind Melon. That's going to be my second failed call on one of these videos, obviously.
Yeah, no energy today.
I failed on the energy call. I'm very disappointed there was no energy.
But I was right. I knew they weren't going to do it.
You were right.
I knew
was
they
wrong.
weren't going to do it.
Sorry about that, guys. I called it. Didn't happen. Try to make my next one better. I'm not really calling Blind Melon covers, but you never know.
You never know.
Maybe we should call You Never Know. Where is that?
Oh,
Hey,
you never know.
come on, guys.
Never know.
I know it didn't make the album, but we still love the song.
Yeah. So, needless to say, check our Instagram. We'd love to also hear what you have to say.
Hope you guys all scored big, by the way, today.
Oh.
We posted on Walls of Your Cave Facebook. They re-released floor tickets for all 3 nights of Chicago. At least one of our fans scored. Congratulations, buddy.
Yes,
And,
congratulations.
hope some of you guys who didn't post scored some floor tickets, too. I know those have been hard to come by and expensive on the secondary market. So, grab those floors, get up close. Hope y'all made it. Drive safe if you're driving to Chicago. Fly safe if you're flying to Chicago. We'll see you're all there. I know it's going to be a big destination weekend. So we'll bring you the merch, and we'll bring you our take on the shows. Travel safe. We had a blast in Detroit. We're going to try not to get shot on our way out of town, and we'll see you all in a couple of days.
Be safe. We'll see you there.